Assalamualaikum students, how are you? Okay, you are fine. Hope you are all doing well. Okay, so we were talking about unit number 4, processing and storage. Okay, so our today's topic is, let me repeat the previous lesson. Okay, in the previous lesson we have talked about the three components of CPU. How many components are there? Yes, Mirza, tell us how many components are there? 3. Very good. So there are 3 components of CPU. One is the ALU, the second one is the CU, and the third one is the MU. MU stores data in its memory. CU, it controls the operation of all different parts of the computer. And ALU is used to perform mathematical calculations, arithmetic operations and comparison. It is also used to make comparisons. Okay. And next we talked about there are 2 types of memory. One is the primary memory and the second one is secondary memory. So primary memory is the one that stores data for a short time period, okay? And the secondary memory is that stores your data for a long period of time, yeah, permanently. There are 2 other types of primary memory. One is the RAM and the other one is the ROM. So RAM stands for random access memory. It is a volatile. The data is stored temporary period. The data is stored in RAM for temporary period. Okay. And in ROM stands for read only memory. It is non-volatile. The second one is it stores data permanently. And our third point is, who will tell me? Yes, Moise, tell us what is the third function of RAM? Very good. It can be added, changed, or deleted at any time. Okay, you can change, you can add something, you can edit the previous data that you have already given into the computer. You can change something, okay, and also you can delete it for a number of times. Okay. Next is the ROM. The data that is stored in ROM, it cannot be changed. So these are the 3 main differences between RAM and ROM. Okay. Now we will talk about our secondary memory. So today's our main topic is secondary memory and also the expansion card and expansion slot. What is a bus? A bus is a collection of wires to which data is transmitted from one part of the CPU to another. Okay, and there are 3 types of bus. One is address bus, control bus, and the third one is address bus, control bus and data bus. So in address bus is used to transform It is used to For example, the data that you have stored in the memory, and you need to know where is the data stored, in the RAM memory or the ROM. Okay, so where the document is actually placed, the location of that specific data, in the RAM or either in the ROM. So address bus is used to tell us the address. Okay, next is control bus. Control bus is used to it is used to transfer the commands from CPU to the units, and from the units to return to the CPU. Okay. For example, you have given a command that you need to perform a calculation, mathematical calculation. Okay. So that command will be given from the CPU to the specific unit. तो मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन का कमांड किसको दिया जाएगा, किस यूनिट को दिया जाएगा, कोड ALU को दिया जाएगा. And if you want to store something in the memory, then the command will be given to MU, your memory unit. Okay. Next is data bus. Data bus is used to transmit or transfer your information to the processor and the processed data from the CPU to the processor. Okay. So data bus, it is used to transfer of your raw data from the it is used to transfer your raw data. It carry your raw data to the processor, and the processed information will be returned to the processor. Okay. So it is used to transfer your raw data to the processor, and the processed information will be returned to the processor. So this is the purpose of data bus, control bus, address bus and bus. So students, what is an expansion card? Expansion card just looks like a motherboard. It looks like a motherboard, and it is used to insert into the. It looks like a motherboard, and it is actually a circuit board, and it is inserted into the motherboard. Okay, it is inserted into the motherboard. So as you can see here that this is your motherboard. Here is a small expansion card. The main purpose of expansion card, that is to improve the quality and performance of your computer. So this is the main purpose of expansion card. Okay. So there are also so many other cards. For example, this is a graphic card, and graphic card is used to improve the quality of graphics. Also there are sound cards and video cards. So these cards are inserted into your motherboard so that the quality of your computer can be increased. Okay. So where are expansion cards inserted? Very good. Expansion slot. So these expansion cards are inserted or plugged in the place of expansion slots. Okay. I will share the picture of expansion card and expansion slot. Now let me tell you with from this that there is a motherboard. Here you can see that there is a place of expansion slot, and there you can, at this place you will insert your expansion card. Okay, just like you have seen that there is a place of in the motherboard on which you can insert the RAM and the ROM. Just like that, there is a slot of expansion slot on which you can insert the expansion card. Okay. So now who will tell me what is a secondary memory? Yes. Subhan, tell me. Very good. Secondary memory stores data permanently. Okay, it stores data permanently. It is also called as permanent memory. Okay, and it is a removable storage, because you can remove it from your one PC and you can insert into any other PC. Okay, so this is our secondary memory. Also there is a third point. It is not the part of CPU. Okay, so there are some other headings that are included in our secondary memory. First one is backup storage. Okay students, so in secondary memory there are some of the headings that are included. So first one is backup storage medium, the second one is backup storage device, the third one is saving, and the fourth one is loading. Okay, so what is a backup storage medium? Who will tell me? Very good. Backup storage medium is the medium on which data is stored. Okay, backup storage medium is the medium on which data is stored. Then who will give me the example of backup storage medium? Yes, Avas. Very good. So CD is an example of backup storage medium. Okay, the data is stored in the CD drive. Okay, backup storage device. It copies and reads data. So the device that copies the data and read it, and then if you want to paste it somewhere else, then you can use the backup storage device. Okay, so another example is USB drive. Next, saving. Saving is moving data from main memory to backup storage. Okay, and loading is moving data. It means that you want to again, if you want to fetch your data, then you use the loading, moving data from backup storage to main memory. If you want to fetch that specific data, then you need to do the loading, and your data will be moved from backup storage to the main memory. Okay.
Okay students, now who will read it from the book? Now come to the page number 36. Okay, Avaz, start reading. Very good. Backup storage stores data permanently. For this reason, it is also called permanent storage. It is not the part of the CPU. It is also called removable storage because it can be removed from one computer and attached to any other computer. A backup storage medium is the material on which data is stored. A CD is a storage medium. A backup storage device copies and reads data on a storage medium. A CD drive is a backup storage device. Moving data from the main memory to backup storage device is called saving. Moving data from backup storage to the main memory is called loading. On some storage media, we can jump to the data we need. This is called direct access. On some other storage devices, media, we have to read from the start to get to the data we need. This is called serial access. An audio cassette stores data on magnetic tape. Magnetic tapes provide serial access. An audio CD stores data on a laser disc. Disc provide direct access. Okay. So students, let me explain what is a direct access. If you want to recover the data on some storage media, you can directly go to that specific area, to that specific location where you have stored it. Okay, and serial access is that you have to read it from the start. You have to go through all the data in order to find the specific information, in order to find your specific data that you want to find out. Okay, so this is an example of serial access. Audio cassette stores data on magnetic tapes. Magnetic tapes provide serial access. Okay, and this provide direct access. Now let's move forward. The hard disk and hard disk drive. Okay, Ahmad, start reading. The hard disk is a permanent storage medium installed inside a computer. It is also called an internal hard disk. It consists of one or more flat disks coated with a magnetic substance. A hard disk drive consists of a spindle on which the hard disk rotates. A read-write head writes and reads the data on the disk. The amount of information can be saved on the hard drive depends on its size. Okay students, so hard disk it is a permanent storage medium, okay, that is installed inside a computer. It is also called as internal hard disk. It consists of one or more flat disks coated with a magnetic substance. The hard disk drive is a spindle form shaped, and it is the drive that rotates on the hard disk. A read-write head reads and writes the data. Okay, so here you can see the picture. In this picture you can see the hard disk, the read-write head, hard disk drive, and the spindle which is given in the middle. Okay, now students, come to the page number 37. Okay, let's start reading. Some types of hard disk can be removed from the computer and carried around. They can also store more data than internal hard disk. Hard disk cartridges and hard disk packs are examples of portable hard disks. They are used with many computers and mainframes. If a magnet is brought near a magnetic disk, such as a hard disk, the stored data can become damaged. There is less chance of this happening with the internal hard disk than with external hard disk. Laser drives use a head that emits a strong beam of light to burn tiny holes on the surface of a laser disc as it rotates. This makes the changes permanent. A solid-state drive is a data storage device that can store data permanently as it does not have any moving parts. Data can be stored, read at very fast rates. They are also more shock resistant than ordinary hard disk. So students, some types of hard disk can be removed from the computer and carried around. And there are some types of hard disk on which you can carry around here and there. Hard disk cartridges and hard disk packs. These are the examples of portable hard disk. Portable means that you can easily carry around from here and there. You can easily switch it from one place to another. Okay, they are used with many computers and mainframes. If a magnet is brought near a magnetic disk, such as a hard disk, the stored data can become damaged. There is less chance of this happening with the internal hard disk. Okay, let's move to the laser drives. Use a head that emits a strong beam of light to burn tiny holes on the surface of a laser disc as it rotates. So a laser drive use a head that emits a strong beam of light to burn tiny holes on the surface of a laser disc. And there is a solid-state drive. It is a storage device that can store data permanently. as it does not have any moving parts. Data can be stored and read at very fast rate. They are also more shock resistant than ordinary hard disk. So students, this is your diary that you need to write these question answers in your notebook. What is an expansion card? Explain the secondary storage and what are the types of secondary storage. Okay. So this is your second long question. Okay, and in the answer, these are the headings that you need to mention. First, you need to write down the definition of secondary storage. Then backup storage medium. What is the secondary storage device? What do you know about saving and loading? And the two types of secondary storage. Okay, what are the two types? Name those types and explain one point in these two types, and you also need to give one example of both of these types. What is a hard disk and one example, and what is a disk drive? Also you need to give one example of it. Okay, thank you students.